Already here. My good ancestors, I had almost mistaken you for an enemy, but it is good you remained calm. Otherwise, by now, I would have sent a few of you to join your ancestors. You know, my position as a servant in the king's palace gives me privilege to limit my views to myself. But nonetheless, I can part with a word of caution or two. Do not step out too far. The neighborhood is hostile. Most of our neighboring kingdoms have fallen to an invading foreign force. Anytime we fear, we might follow suit. But do not quote me. The king is shaken, but he will not admit it. The royal house wants to pretend that all is okay, and yet the king comes to crown his heir. He wants to avert a succession dispute, just in case he withdraws his hand from the shield. Word in the backyard of the royal house also has it that he wants to put the prince in charge of the army. For though young, the prince has shown a toughness of arm and mental conviction that can control his kingdom and subdue an enemy. You see, the problem with me is that I talk too much, especially after testing this girl. Those who should not be concerned say that I talk like a stove, while my neighbor's wife swears that I babble like a turkey, sending my tongue outside its obligation to the royal house. You know, they have tried these last 20 years to survive my tasteless commonness with salt of royal manner, and yet I still stick in my man. Just a small man, Being a small man is such a big thing, whose bigness no big man would ever want to bring upon himself. You wake up early in the morning to prepare the seats for those who woke up late. Here I am, setting all these noble seats for others to come and soak in their royal bottoms, as if my own pair was lame. One of these bad days, I will assume a temporary sanity and grow a few ambitious stones on these seats. Then I can hear how the king cries when his bottoms are tickled. Ooey, 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 ooey! Ha! That would be very dangerous, as it may fetch 2 spears in a man's heart for every thorn that licks the king's hindquarters. Besides, why should I complain? I stalk the palace grounds. When the sun retires, I close the night outside of the king's palace. Who of you comes by such a fortune? And in any case, don't they say that he who sees of the king's poo-poo is the affront of all those in the sewage industry? Who is there? Surrender now before I wither your wife and orphan your children. Let me remind you that it has been long since I last killed a person.
Nyam, is that you?
So you are the one. How are our borders?
As quiet as the night that kept us.
Is it true that the invader who comes from the direction of the sun has conquered our neighbors and allied with some of them to subdue our kingdom?
The fear of an invasion is as true as you must learn not to comment on issues that do not concern you. And yet, they are not on our tongues notwithstanding. Word has it that the king of Mumias has lost his crown.
But that is because we refuse to ally with our king on matters of common defense.
The enemy has reduced him to a subject among his people.
Then our king has cause to sleep with his hands between his legs.
A duty not to show. For is not a king who has not faced the foe spear and deflected it into a salutation of victory.
What is the purpose of today's occasion?
Everybody knows why the king is coming here. The crowning of the king is to boost his defenses as the son of big child with a direct eye on the most sensitive of our borders.
You mean the prince is being crowned?
My distant relative Okodi, all I can tell you today is that the trumpets will sound to lead the nation and its visitors to this ground.
And you know, in the course of my night duty, I chanced upon the royal house by River Suwo, doing what appeared to me like rituals for initiation of a crown prince.
Sure!
Yes, that was 3 markets ago.
But you're the principal at task.
Answering that is not within my terms of reference.
I still hold that the prince's scalp does not befit the crown that awaits it. Born alone like an ostrich egg, the lad has the temper of a wild cat and the hand of lightning. His youthful blood races too fast for the veins of responsibility.
Now, as one who dwells with the prince, tell us, how does his conduct measure?
That boy has been a difficult person right from childhood, when he beheaded a lizard at the age of 5 months and proceeded to strong a male cat when he was hardly 2. And now, the knowledge of his approaching crown intoxicates him with youthful arrogance. When he walks, the ground listens. When he barks, the dogs run. And when he pulls one of his eyes, it humbles the sun into a mere moon.
Stop!
Nyanga himself must be proud of such an inheritance.
Much of the prince is a gene of maternal extraction, for he is the grandchild of the father, of the son, of his mother's cousin's niece-in-law, who is believed to have humbled an elephant single-handed and dismembered an uncircumcised spirit of the river.
And that said, the prince is also gifted in the loins, for he is known to have closely stalked the bedrest of his father.
You mean Halai?
He has swallowed calabashes and calabashes of saliva on account of her beauty.
Hagaba forbid! Is he about to inherit his mother when his father is still alive?
Come on, Dodo. They should not catch us with wandering tongues when you have borders to guard.
A good day to you, Nyam Nyam.
Nyam, 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 nyam.
Why you as bitter as one who slept there, relative?
You, grandson of Orembe, everyone knows how you take after your bare-bottomed father. But I want to warn you, do not mix your excitement with my work. Why do you expect Nyam Nyam to do the dirty work for you? Cleaning coronation sites, leveling dance arenas, cleaning circumcision grounds, relatives of my neighbors. Do not imagine that I missed my sleep to come feed your ears. The king is due any time, and for your own information, no commoner shall discreet these seats with these common bottoms. Talk of a buffalo, and it appears. And now, which is this uncircumcised higot that smears the royal seats with its unrinsed bottoms?
The priest, the priest.
I'm sorry.
You reach for my neck? Look me straight in the eye. Ascertain who I am.
My lord, on your honor on which my life now dangles, believe me, my eye just lied to me.
You go ahead and dismiss me as a higot? Are you interested in your life?
I bear my whole heart in apology. I did not expect his prospective majesty to come unattended too.
Royal blood supersedes prediction.
The prince has fallen.
Who utters such profound blasphemy?
Forgive his bushy tongue. A prince does not fall. He just changes position.
Where is everybody?
We are here.
They have come to receive his prospective majesty, and more are yet to pour in.
Can you play some music for somebody?
Is it the wish of the prince that our fingers pluck the rhythms of his soul's delight before the king blesses us with his presence? Or isn't the king coming himself?
Do I and my father share feet? Or don't I boast of a soul of my own? Supply me the thing of the soul. Give me the flesh of it.
Men and mothers of Luanda, the king wishes to greet his people.
We offer our ears, Your Majesty.
Buhiere, buhiere, people of the Banana Kingdom.
Buhiere, King of Kaimoto Banana.
Buhiere, people of the Banana Kingdom.
Buhiere, King of Kaimoto Banana.
People of Luanda, and you, neighbors from Busuri, this kingdom takes pleasure in executing its traditional courtesy of welcoming you all here. I can see many of you are here, and yet more faces seem to be wondering why they are here. As we await for the day to unfold what other ceremonies shall justify our presence here. The king names his priorities.
The king's priorities are the unpronounced wish of his subjects.
A lion gives birth to a lion, and the cub grows to hunt and feed on flesh for its living. People of Luanda, the passing time brings more chores into my basket of duty. It therefore becomes inevitable that I get one to go into my step when I finally withdraw my hand from the shield.
Long live King Nyanga!
Long live King of the immortal banana!
Long live King Nyanga!
May you live beyond the end of time!
Let the lion step forward and receive his crown.
Grandchild of this earth, that enters the bones of those who gave you breath, I bestow upon your head this crown of responsibility that transforms you into a defensive shield of your nation. As your father's dominion, your inheritance soars by villages. And so does the neighbor's heart, and that of the ambitious tail, with subversive evil and calculating jealous. When foul winds begin to hiss over this land of your ancestors, you'll be the spear to aim and a shield to protect alongside your fathers. The heat of this crown seasons your eyes, tempting you with a duty to prove to your people that you can watch over their total sleep. This mantle challenges you with a weight of responsibility. Alongside your father, may you conquer. Besides him, may you defend your own. I now name you Mino, the father of the father of the grandfather of the great-grandfather of the grandfather of your father's father. Mino comes back in you today. May you live to reign, Mino.
The lion will reign.
May you live to conquer.
The spear will conquer and subdue.
Mino, the elephant that tethers its bulls with snakes.
The elephant will fasten his heart with cobras and boa constrictors.
Mino, the python that swallows a lion for breakfast.
Mino, the spirit that cuts the moon and lays the sun. I will live to defend this mission of my inheritance.
Give your heart to your people like Mino did.
Even if it takes to subdue them for their sake, like he did.
After your father, this land shall be for no one to lead but you. At all costs, lead it.
Even if I have to sweat blood to keep it, just like my predecessor did.
Is Mino ready?
The lion is ready.
Is Mino ready?
The cobra is ready.
men, and you whose capacities I cannot exhaust. I rise to the challenge that outlaws all that slip from my eyes. Alongside my father, I set out on the road to lead and consolidate. The leader I was born is the leader I will be. To live and learn my life for you and the crown.
Long live the crown prince!
Long live Prince Mino!
Madete Kaviri!
Kawenja!
Madete Kaviri!
Kawenja!
Now, my people, as we await to initiate our boys into the anthill of manhood and to celebrate this twin fest, let us do well to remember that time when our ancestors fought hard to beat off the Kavirondo, who had pitted their spears against our chests as if we were gods for sacrifice.
Long live King of the immortal banana!
I will live longer. Although we may not begrudge the Kavirondo, whose presence we are now graced with, it is not bad to remind them of their ancestors' excesses. Now, my people, before the line retires, let us set ourselves to reap a harvest of men. Who am I insulting when I say we must sacrifice to bless the womb of our land?
A king does not insult, he just complains.
Who do I invade when I declare our defenses hold as firm as Mount Masaba?
A king does not invade, he just occupies.
When the making of men coincides with the bounty harvest, what do we expect?
A harvest of men.
Is it an abomination to initiate our boys into the anthill of manhood?
A nation is the strength of its men.
Now, my people, should you perish because you did not make merry in a season of plenty, I shall say, that is not how I ruled my people. Mine the king that reigns after a king, receive those initiates whose graduation is going to arm you with the force to ensure security of this kingdom.
Bring in the initiates!
They say the messenger shall call in once they are ready.
Now, my people, as we wait for the sons of women, drink and be merry to the marrow.
My Lord King, allow me to address you and your nation. Madata Kabiri? Madata Kabiri? Your Majesty, as our people say, he who protects himself is not
A coward.
He who guards himself is not
A coward.
Your Majesty, just now we have crowned our prince and been merry, and not long from now, the knife is going to add to our number, and I'm your men. But King, I can feel my lower eye dancing a rhythm of tears. And as our people say, the eye does not dance for nothing.
What is that your tongue sounds to fall beneath our hearing? Have you heard of anyone that tempts the temp of our spears? Or have you smelt of someone who deprives us of our mothers, wives, or children?
Speak and stop quacking like a circumcised eunuch!
My Lord King, I speak in the fears of the strange fires that have left most of our neighbors homeless and impotent of hand.
What makes your underside quake is what we've heard of, confronted and subdued as a matter of routine.
But King, I'm worried that if we don't move fast, we may be reduced to ashes. Have I spoken the fears of everybody?
The fears of everybody you have spoken.
Madete Kawiri.
Ketenda.
Madete Kawiri.
Ketenda.
Madete Kawiri.
Ketenda.
My people, when the king keeps his head high, as those he rules run amok in fear, do not imagine that the ground on which he stands does not tell of the tremor in its people's hearts. But let us take one thing at a time. First, let us initiate our boys into an anthill of manhood. And when fire comes, we shall spit fire. An army of men. Has my tongue fallen short of the truth, my people?
Our king does not lie.
Don't we boast of the men amongst us?
We are men, and men we are.
Pit us against men.
We are men, and men we are.
Pit us against spears.
We are spears, and spears we are.
Pit us against rock.
We are rock, and rock we are.
Pit us against fire.
We are fire, and fire we are.
My people, you make me feel like the lion I am. When I hear the heavens roar with your thunderous voices, as the rocks echo with the might of valor, I realize I have got an army of men. An army that can live to die for its kingdom. My people, show me this strength. Show me this strength that makes you reek of that unassailable gene that makes you a special and unbeatable defense in the mother of all fires. My people, show me this strength